This is Dirshu Mishna Berurah as we continue learning Hilchos Kriyas HaTorah. We continue with Siman Kof Lamid Zayin, in which the Machaber coins Kama Psukim Shechel Nikra L'Chol Echad. How many psukim do you have to read for each and every aliyah? Of course, Lamaisa nowadays we have Chamashim, we have Sidurim, and we basically follow along, but let's understand why we do what we do. So says the Machaber, anytime you have three aliyahs, you don't lean less than 10 psukim. Vayedaber oilem min haminyan. And Vayedaber is a part of the counting. Let's say you finish the counting less than 10 psukim. Kigoyin parsa malik. Shein relative psukim. Then shaper dami. Then it is okay. So says Mishna Berurah over here, Sivkot and Aleph. Pachais me'asar psukim. Isa bigamar quotes the Mishnah Berurah. It says in the Gemara, Shanit kan keneged aseras adibrois. Why do we lean 10 psukim? Corresponding to the aseras adibrois, keneged asara mamarois. Sheben nivra ilam v'ayin sham oid. And you have to see there for more reasons. Dirshu will quote in a moment. Minimindi sivkat and base. Hainu av al pishein lemedim shom chidesh. Even though we're not learning anything new, quoting Rashi over here, still, Vayedaber is Oilem min haminyan. Continues Mishnah Berurah Sivkot and Gimel. Kigoyin Parsa Malak, which only has 9 psukim. Shekarin b'Purim, read on Purim. V'lo ratz Chazal did not want l'hoisev aleim ezeb psukim. To add on any psukim l'mata l'malo. L'ramez, why? D'vnei shamoli gara lios Hashem v'kisi chaser. There's a remez. There's a hidden illusion we have to realize is happening every year on Purim when we lay 9 psukim. What is the illusion? It's teaching us that just like Amalek caused the Shechina, caused the Kisei HaKavod to be lacking, K'techsev ki yad al keis ka, kach yeh parshas chaserim, so to the parsha of Amalek is chaser. Before we move on, we go over here to Dirshu, note numbers 1 and 2. Note number 2 over here, excuse me. And Dirshu quotes that even though the Shulchan Aruch says you can read Parsha Malach with 9 psukim, L'maisa Tafri Sadi Gimel, we're going to see that you're going to double up the final pasuk in order to get the 10 psukim. But the Ramah over there says you do not need to do that. And even though, according to Shulchan Aruch, you have to double the last pasuk, the Pri Chodesh says, that make adin, ella minog ba'almos. Whether we double that pasuk or not, the reason is not me'ikr hadin. And we continue with Sif Beis. Says the Mechaber, Ein ka'ayrin. We do not read im kol echad pachos mishloisha psukim. Every aliyah cannot be less than, it says the Ramah, 3 psukim. Shnayim ka'ayrin shloisha. The first 2 get 3 aliyah, 3 psukim, excuse me. V'echad, and one of them, I should say the first 2. 2 get 3 psukim, and 1 gets 4 psukim. Ve'izman shekara abba, and whichever one gets 4 psukim, areizem mishubach, it is praiseworthy to get the 4th pasuk. So we have 3 aliyahs, 3, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 3, 3, or 3, 4, 4. I'm not sure if that was 3, 4, 3. Either way, whoever gets that extra pasuk, that is the chashiva. Says the Mishnah Berurah Sivkot and Daled Ve'izman kaloymar demi shekara yoiser mishubach yoiser. The longer aliyah, the more mishubach. The Marisha kar arba mishubach. The matzina lo'ilam hachashav koidem. It's more chashav. And by menorah matzina shem sayim mishubach. By menorah we find the middle one is mishubach. V'machron kar arba yishlam d'raylam kodesh v'meridin. It's going higher and higher, getting to the final one. Val kain, and therefore loy kavdina al misha zir zatzav kar arba. Fascinating. Because there are milos to the first, that he's the first. The middle, like the ner in the menorah, which is the best in the middle. Most chashiv. And the last one, mailim b'kodesh. So because each of the 3 has a mailah, therefore we're not makbid who grabs that aliyah, and just one of the 3. Bisman Chazal, we have to realize this. Each person who got the Aliyah, he read in the Torah of Achshav, Sheshliach Siba Karlam, nowadays Sheikh Siba reads Yishtei Rois, Beina Achronim Sheyei, Shem Shal Rishon L'Sheni Yikra, Shleishab Sokim, Ula Achron Yikra Arba. Some say the first and second should get 3, and the last one should have the fourth Aliyah. Yishchol Ken Alzev. Achshav, and nowadays in Spashin, a minhag says Mishna Berurah, Sheikarim B'mincha B'Shav Shein V'Chamishi, Kol HaBarsha Rishona Shel HaSeder Shikru B'Shabbos Haba. We know what do we do? We lane until Sheni of the upcoming Parsha. Kakasib Sidurim Misyonim Avsakas HaBarsha Shlosh Nashim, and they're broken up in the Siddur. V'Imshina Me'Seder Hazeh Yinam Ma'akiv. If you mess up, it's not ma'akiv rakopanim. Should never do less than 3 psukim. So l'maisa nowadays we're never really going to have this shayla, as we mentioned, because everything is broken up for us. But it is important to realize if, let's say, one was supposed to break after 5 psukim, he said he only broke after 3. It's still going to be fine, as long as you have 3 psukim, it is beseder. We continue with Sif Gimel, says the Mechaber. You skipped one pasuk. If it's Mincha Shabbos or Monday, Thursday, then what? Then not, as long as you had 10 psukim, without the one that you skipped. So again, you skipped a pasuk, but the sum, you still had 10 psukim, you don't have to go back. But if not, you have to go back. Aval b'Shabbat, afilu dilek pasuk echad, chayzer v'kayri on Shabbos, you have to go back. Afilu achash echzer is a Torah. V'amar Kaddish, you put away the Torah. You said Kaddish, still, and you realize you skipped a pasuk on Shabbos, chayzer v'kayri hu v'shnayim imai, you read that pasuk with 2 other pasukim. Afilu hefter v'spalel musaf chayzer v'kayri Hashem yirachem. You already finished musaf, and someone wakes up, we skipped a pasuk, you got to go back. Continues the Mechaber. Parshas HaMoyadim. Dinam Kol Mincha Shabbos has a din of Mincha Shabbos v'Sheni and Monday v'Chamishi, and we don't have the rest of this page in front of us. So b'siyat Shema, we'll have to pick up from Yontif the next year. But for now, let's first do the Mishnah Berurah. It says Mishnah Berurah Sivkatan Hey Karas Ar Psukim. Umayrish Kol Echad Karas Shleisha Psukim. Each one reads 3 Psukim. Ubein Kulam Asara. Between all of them, there is 10. Because says Mr. Berurah, let's say you skipped, and now one aliyah was less than 3 psukim. So as we're seeing, there's 2 critical ingredients. There's an ingredient that you need 10 psukim, but there's also an ingredient that you need to have 3 psukim for each aliyah. So if you skipped one of those 10 psukim, we're seeing b'di'evet, it's going to be fine during the week, on Monday and Thursday, as long as you had 10 psukim. But if one of the aliyahs is less than 3, it's going to be a problem as well. Ein a chayzer sivkat involved. Why? Lamaisa, you read 10 psukim, vein a pasuk metul chayvus hayoim, and the skip pasuk is not a chiyav or a rekren v'shabbos haba, you read it on Shabbos. V'im lav, but if you don't have 10 psukim, then chayzer. Hainu shekar rak tisha psukim bein hakol. After more like maybe siftalid, we have a kar tisha bein hakol yat, even though we're going to see tomorrow in siftalid. Lamaisa, if you did this, you're yait. If you read 9 psukim, achad ishtei reu sais. Here you have 2 problems. Number 1, Number 1, it's less than psukim. Number 2, v'gamtilik be'emsa. Karat fei, it's worth because you got to go back. What does it mean, chayzer? If you already made the final bracha, chayzer mavar lefanav kar pasuk zeh. It might say psukim. You have to read this pasuk that you skipped with 2 more psukim. Shein kar batar bachs psukim o mevarich laachra. Pasuk echad sivkat chas v'vilu mixed up pasuk echad on Shabbos. Even if you miss part of a pasuk, v'vilu rak teva achas 1 word. So lach sarv lekroisi v'yesh lahascham etchilas the pasuk lekroisi. You read from that pasuk. Shnayim yimoy kedin pasuk shalim. Chayzer v'kayir v'afilu kar zayin gari b'lavos hakem duluk. Let's see what he had 7 aliyos. V'chayzer ainu shechayzer mavarich lefanel achrav. Amar kadesh chayzer v'kayir. Even if you say kadesh afterwards, you still have to go back. V'nira says Mishmur Sivkatan Yod. Shedaf kama dilagay b'aliyos arishaynais. only if the skip was in the earlier aliyahs of Ladil Oya Ba'aliyah Shvius. Certainly, if you had any additional aliyahs, then Ein Tzarich Lachzor Levarach Bekivon Mishum Pasuk Madulag. You don't have to make a new bracha. Dahaloi B'lavachi Alam after the Torah, because either way you had your 7 full aliyahs. Imkein Yatzchulu Mi Pasuk Madulag Ad Sefer Parsha. Meaning, if you're going to have a maftir, then that maftir has the potential, since you already had 7 aliyahs, the maftir could go back to the place of the skip and continue from there. So important. You missed a word, you missed a pasuk, you got to go back on Shabbos. But if you didn't lay maftir yet and you had 7 other aliyahs, then you could go. The maftir could make up that which you are missing. Let's take a moment over here, as the Dirshu points out to us. In note number 4, Vina pasuk Amadulag. That if you skipped a Monday, Thursday, or Shabbos Mincha, it's less of a big deal. Why? Not a chiyuv of that day. If you didn't skip a pasuk, but you messed up a word, a letter afterwards, in a way that it changes that which you said, says the Berurah later on, that might be worse. You have to go back even during the week, but he ends off sarich ian. So again, don't compare everything. The fact that we're saying you don't have to go back for missing a pasuk doesn't mean you never have to go back during the week. But Berurah ends with sarich ian, and he's not sure what happens if you messed up a pasuk. Even one word, you have to go back. Someone who skipped one word, says the Shulchan Aruch later on Kaf Mem Beis, you have to go back. Says the Ramah, if eina inni mishtane al yedei zeh, very important line. If the inyan, if the topic, if the word didn't change based on the mistake, ein machzir noisai. You only go back if the mistake changes the meaning. Berurah over there explains, according to the Gaon, you have to go back even if it doesn't change it. And so too, if you add in one letter that changes it as well, says Mishmura, you have to go back. So again, the Gaon is going to be machmir, but mi'ikar adin, the only time you're going back is if it changes the meaning of the word. It continues the Mishna Berurah. In this Dirshu note over here, if someone in the Balkar made a mistake in a nikuda, in a way that it shemishtana, again, it changes the meaning of the word. Instead of ya'aseh b'pasach, he says ya'aseh si b'tziri or lehapech. Again, he changed the nikuda, which adds up the word. Makom chaylev b'chatof karei chaylev b'tziri chilev. Then you have to go back. Which all these halachas we can see in Kuf Mem Beis in Mirtz Hashem. Says the Shulchan Sefer Shulchan Atzei Shitim. So too, if you messed up the trup in a way that you messed up the meaning that if you broke up the phraseology in the Torah, that also could be bad. So even though, included in this missing one letter, one word that you have to go back is any time we're going to be changing, unfortunately, meaning. But if you already finished the entire Kriya, says the Berurah, if you missed one letter, go back and you read it, but then you're not going to make a bracha. So this is getting confusing. But lemaisa, only if you miss a word are you going to go back. If you missed a pasuk and make a new bracha. But if you missed a letter that it's mishtane, that it changes the meaning, then you're going to go back, but you're not going to make a new bracha. So he says, on the aliyos rishonos. Let's say they already began Haftarah. Says the Kaf Chaim, you do not stop Haftarah, rather you Yikra Haftarah with the brachas, and afterwards you go back and you fix that which you missed. And even though the pasuk that you missed was you read anyways on Monday and Thursday, meaning maybe one would think, what's the big deal? Anyways, on Monday and Thursday, let's say you missed the second pasuk, Shabbos Mincha, and you lay that pasuk, it's a mashma, you still have to go back. The Haftarah says the same thing in the name of the Zechar Avram. However, it's not like the sheet of the Shari Ephraim, by Mordechai Kafachayim. They write that if the mistake is in the first Aliyah till Sheni, that anyways you're going to read it on Monday, Thursday, and Shabbos Mincha, then you do not have to go back. And if you do, you do not make a new bracha. We're going to stop over here. B'siyat Shemaya, we'll pick it up from the end of the Mechaber, Sif Gimel, in the next year, Amir Tzah Hashem.